Okay, so there's a video circulating around of Kodak Black basically asking to see the other guy's sausage. So he proclaimed he wanted to see was the boy's sausage bigger than his. That's the reason why he was asking to see his sausage. I call BS because at the end of the day, if it is or it isn't, why do you even care? Why do you care? That's just like once upon a time a girl asked me could she see my areolas because I look like I had some real big areolas. Why do you care whether they're big or not? You know, you're not blind, okay? Even after I had my breast reduction, I still had my big areolas, okay? You can see they're big. You don't have to see them outside of the bra. Sometimes you can see them through my clothes. You can see like the line, of them. You don't need to see anything. Um, oh, I was just asking because they look big. I mean, I'm not on no gay shit. I'm just asking. Da da da. You don't need to see them. Why? Why do you care? Um, Nothing surprises me with these rappers, as we all have heard a lot of things go on in Hollywood. A lot of people, they say the old saying goes, you'd be surprised what some of these rappers do to get a record deal or to get signed. They say watch the ones that blow up quickly out of nowhere. I believe it. I believe it. And I'm not going to say it's only the rappers. I believe a lot of these R&B singers do it as well. Um, what's the guy name? I think his name was Clyde Davis. No, I can't remember what that guy name was. Um, it it was Clyde somebody, I believe. I was reading somewhere. I can't remember that guy name. The one that had they say he the one that gave us Whitney Houston. He's the one that first discovered her. Forgot his name, y'all. I was reading somewhere. Um and if I forgot that comedian name, I'm forgetting all these people name. But anyway, I post pictures of them. But allegedly, they say they were responsible for seeking some of these R&B singers. You know, and if I'm not mistaken, they always say when they first meet these people and they tell them their dreams and how they want to be in the music industry and stuff like that, they have to change them to like, shape their image. Like people swear up and down Whitney Houston was gay the whole time. She just old boy knew that wouldn't be good for her image. Do I believe it? I'm not gonna say it's not true. But we not gonna sit here and act like just because if she was gay, that makes her a bad person. Whitney is a Leo. So she when she was nice nasty with Wendy on that interview that went down in the books. We cannot fake the funk with nobody. We if the shit stink, we just gonna we just it's hard for us. We might bite our tongue, but our face gonna tell you how we feel. We like it's hard for us to be phony. So that's kind of the reason why I'm like kind of like I don't know because you know, it's hard for us to be phony. Even like for example, my colleague, that I just found out she got some little phony ways with her. She spoke to me yesterday, and I said hi, and she's like hi, hi. She's like let's try this again, hey, and I'm like hi, and I just kept walking. She's like okay, because it's hard. I mean, I used to time back in the day where I wouldn't even speak. If you piss me off, well, I don't care much for you. But I might, you know what I'm saying? I might, but what made me start speaking to people is because on a job at least. Back in the day I remember working, actually it was my first accounting job. As y'all know, I do federal accounting. And I was my first working in accounting field, my first job, And I remember my CFO, my chief financial officer at the time, and people will always say I don't speak and stuff like that, and they will come and tell her. And her basically molding me. You'll hear me give a lot of examples of that job because I learned a lot from that job. She took me under her wing at the time, and um I was able to learn a lot from working that job. Not just about working in accounting, but people on a job and how people are, and the stuff you gotta watch, and the do's and the don'ts, stuff like that. And that's the boss I told y'all about once upon a time. She told me how I'm the type of person that I don't start nothing, but I don't let it go. Yeah, it's a Leo thing. But anyway, so nonetheless, one thing she told me, and I never forget it. She told me, she said, now on a job, if somebody speak to you and you don't get much for them, still speak back. And then I would always tell her, like, but they think I'm about to hold a conversation and da. She said, I'm not saying you got to hold a conversation, but if they speak, at least speak back, because one thing, but then she told me, she said, now if you out on the street and they speaking, you don't speak back, that's okay, because y'all out in the street. But um on a job, like I told her, I said, it's hard for me to be funny. It's hard for me to, da da da. It's hard for me to sit in somebody's face, and that's very hard to me. A lot of things come easy to me, but being funny is one thing I always have struggled with. But some people, it comes natural to them. Like, they can hold a whole conversation with you, knowing they were talking pure shit about you on the phone or something like that. Like, it comes naturally to them. Like, it's not hard for them to sit in somebody's face and not be genuine. That to me is like, I can't smile in your face and knowing deep down I have a disdain for you. Like, I can't do it. It's hard. So it's the Leo in me. But and it's just who I am as a person. But nonetheless, um she told me, she said, on a job, speak, because um when the hate doesn't work, they'll start telling lies. And I never forget that as long as I live. So, yeah, so in a nutshell, I don't believe Whitney, whether she was or she won't, but I say I'm 50-50 with it, because part of me believes Robin, even though she's a fraud, because whether that was you and Whitney's truth or not, that should have stayed between y'all. But the other part of me feels like she's a Leo. It's hard for us to you know, nonetheless, going back to Kodak, um, I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past none of these music industry people, because, especially if they really want to live that lifestyle, they really want to be on the top, they really want to, you know, make it. I'm not going to say they not doing what they got to do, denying themselves, or putting up a front to, please the people that sign a check or put them on the map. I'm not gonna say that they not, To be honest, when he said, when I saw the little clipping, and he was asking, he's like, come on, man, da da da, it's a short clipping and a long clipping. But the long clipping, low key, it seemed like he was begging that guy, cause he see it. Like, that's, to me, that sound like you saying, man, I want that so bad. Like, um, it seemed, it was given that, like, it was given that, like, he wanted that man Diggling bad. It was given that. I mean, this ain't no hearsay. You got caught on the camera lacking, bro. Like, if anything, you need to be, if you wanted it that bad, and let's say, for example, he was putting up a front and he wasn't trying to, that's something you need to, like, and to be honest, it was for that guy not to really get mad. I think he was okay with it. I think, like, he was okay with it. I really do. And if that's what y'all do on the low, make sure it's not being recorded. Because, you know, if you're going to deny it or anything, obviously if you denying it, but that's something, you know, y'all comfortable talking to each other like that. That's something y'all need to do on the low low. That's something like y'all need to get together on the low low, if you know what I mean. Because for you to say something to him like that and low key be dry begging, y'all have a rapport together to even talk to each other like that. That's a rapport, you know, like y'all used to, you know, talking to each other like that. And I mean, I was reading in the comments where people were saying, oh, well, in basketball they slap each other ass and this, that, and the third. Um, I don't know, because to be honest, I wouldn't want my man slapping another boy ass. I mean, I know people say that's part of the sport and da da da, you know. I tell you like this, let me catch my man slapping somebody's ass. He gonna hear about it. Okay? Um, and I don't want nobody slapping my man ass either, because it gives off bottom vibes, if you know what I mean. And that's just my opinion. You know, everybody got their own opinion. Don't be, no. Keep your hands to yourself. And I'm not saying if a guy slap his ass, I want him to beat him up. But I want you to let him know, don't do that ever again in your life, or it's going to be a problem. You know, no. And I'm not sure of who Kodak dating. I couldn't tell you one Kodak song. I told y'all that's not really my genre. I don't, you know, I couldn't tell you. I'm not even gonna sit here in front and act like I listen to his music all the time. Cause I don't. So I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I couldn't tell you when he came about. I couldn't tell you, I couldn't tell you, you know. But yeah, I think he got caught lacking, and I do think he down low. And this is not the first time we heard something like that. But you can't believe everything you heard. But in the same token, this ain't even no hearsay. You got caught lacking, bro. You wanted to see the sausage. And low key, if you asking to see the sausage, you're a bottom. Because you want to talk about, you want to see if it's bigger than you. It sound bigger than yours. It sound like to me, you want to see it to see, can you take it? If you know what I mean. That's really what it was given, to be honest. But hey, you want to see it 9 times out of 10, you want to sit on it. I'm just being honest. That's how it came across to me. But I'm going to leave it alone.